My name is Josh, and I'm here to present with my colleagues Hector and Kayla. This is our project called MyCloud for CPSC 454 Cloud Technologies. Our project is a secure file storage web system, and it is modeled after the Google Drives and Dropbox and the OneDrives of the world. This is our first time messing with AWS technology, and we are using Beanstalk for this one, which supports all these languages. And for our project, we mainly used PHP, so this one fits right in for us. And it's so simple. All you had to do was zip the file with all your code and everything else, and then just drop it, and it'll host it for you. This is RDS. We pretty much use this as a database manager. From here, we created an instance of a database using the MySQL language, and the database is only used to store user login and the information on the files. For the actual storage of the files, we use S3, and we'll go with that. I'll get deeper into that in a little bit here. For interacting with our SQL database, I used a program called MySQL Workbench, which kind of looks. Now, here are some of the AWS services that we considered. EC2, basically, this creates an environment for distributing and hosting our website. Basically, that's where it goes. And again, S3, like I mentioned before, is an object storage service, this is where we store all our object files that are going to be uploaded by the user of the web app. Elastic Beanstalk deploys the web application, and it's very easy to use. Basically, this Elastic Beanstalk creates an instance of an EC2, which delivers our website to the internet. And this is a bit of the relations. We tried to use the encryption support that S3 has, but it's a little bit tough to manage, considering we have to pull out objects from the bucket and put it back, and it requires encryption, and at this moment it's just kind of taxing for us to do. The tech stack, and this is basically the front end and the back end of the website. We used HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap for all the framing and making everything look good. And back end, we have PHP to generate HTML and interact with the database. Of course, MySQL is the language of choice for our instance. Here's Hector to present the mobile version of the app.
I'll be talking about our mobile app. Our mobile app is called MyCloud Secure. The tools we'll be using for this app is Google's Firebase authentication services, the email and password and phone number authentication, and we tried implementing two-factor authentication, but was not possible with iOS 13. We'll also be using the real-time database to store the first name, last name, email, and phone number. So let's get to our mobile app. So this is our mobile app. This is our login screen, our register screen. So let's log in. So let's make up a, a fake. Let's say Hector123 at gmail.com. Okay. The password 123456. So let's say we want to log in with this. Okay. It's the username and password you enter is incorrect. So Firebase stores the email and password authentication inside their service, inside their cloud. So it will check if it's authenticated. So we can't. So let's register this account. Say register. So let's say test. So let's use the same email, Hector123 at gmail.com. Phone number 1221111. Password 123456. Correct. So as you can see, password doesn't match. So you gotta confirm that the password matches. 12345. So when we press 6, this button down here should unlock. 6. It unlocks. So we're able to register. So let's add 7. It locks the button. So all the fields have to be inputted in order for the button to unlock. So before we register this, let's go check inside our database. So as you can see, we have test1 Gmail here, another Gmail, and a Gmail Hector 1. So now let's register this account. Okay, it's fully registered. It sends us back to the login screen. Let's refresh this, our Firebase. And as you can see, now we have Hector123 at gmail.com. So let's enter this, Hector123 at gmail.com. The password 1. Remember, now that button unlocks. So it's locked. All the fields need to be inputted in order for it to unlock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Log in. So this was supposed to be our two-factor authentication, but as I said, iOS 13 does not work with Firebase. So we'll just continue, and we're successfully logged in.
Hi, my name is Kayla and I'm going to show you how I made our website HTTPS. So to start off, I registered our new domain name from a new domain registrar, Namecheap, because AWS didn't let us request a certificate with Amazon-owned domain names. And since we deployed our website through Elastic Beanstalk, our domain name had Elastic Beanstalk in it, which is Amazon owned. So we couldn't necessarily request a certificate. So I resorted to creating a new domain name from Namecheap. And Namecheap offers free domain names for undergrad students. So that was a cool thing. So when I did that, I was able to connect to our EC2 instance. So how I did that was, first off, I created a Namecheap account. I created a new domain name, mycloudsecure.me, and then I just copied the public IP address of our EC2 instance into the new URL so that our host name, our new host, mycloudsecure.me, is able to point to the public IP address directly. And also I did it for www to the same public IP address. Once I did that, this domain name is directly connected to our EC2 instance. And then I set up our DNS records for our domain inside Cloudflare. So you can see here, this is Cloudflare, and our domain name is, and our records are set up inside Cloudflare already. And then if you go over to, let's see, manage, you can see that I changed the name server to Cloudflare name server. That way, the clients and the traffic goes directly to Cloudflare. And then we were able to choose our SSL certificate to encrypt the visitor traffic to Cloudflare domain. So once we did this, everything is set up. or SSL, it's activated, and the mode is flexible, which means that it's encrypting the traffic between the browser and Cloudflare. And so it's activated. mycloudsecure.me, and you can see that it is HTTPS. The connection is secure, and you can see their certificate is issued by Cloudflare.
Here's what's new for our web app since the midterm. We were able to implement the following functionalities. We are able to now share files with other users. You have to know their username in order to be able to share with them. And at this point, you can share a file with only one user. In the future, we would like to be able to extend to multiple users, but the way it works right now, it just allows for one user to share one file with another user, and then they can share another file, but it would have to be shared again in another instance. The trash folder is implemented, so when you delete files in the main page, it goes to the trash, and then the trash folder is when you delete files from there, it permanently deletes it, or you also have an option to restore the files, and so on and so forth. Recent is just basically sorts the file from newest to oldest. Again, like I said, for future, I would like to be able to share files with multiple users. We would like to have a better filing system. Like the users would be able to make folders in which they can store files, etc., etc. Kind of like a fully functional online cloud storage web app. And then eventually we will also have our mobile app integrated and fully functional. Those are the plans. So now I'll demonstrate the capabilities and functionalities of our web app. This is the README of our project, and it's located at GitHub with my username and this address here, CPSC 454_project. You'll find the README right here, and the website address is right here. It is just mycloudsecure.me. Click that, and it takes you to the website. Now, obviously, this is the login page, also the landing page. And if you have an account, you go ahead and log in right there. If you don't have an account, you can register here. Let's just say, for example, I'll register as somebody that's already in the system, and we will use that name, username admin, and admin email.com. We'll just say test. You submit it. It won't let you because the username is already taken or the email is already taken. And if we check our database, you can see that admin is there already, so you can't re-register as that person anymore. So let's just say that we were able to register. We'll log in now. So we'll log in as me. It's already there, so good. It'll take you to the main page after you've successfully logged in. And you can see the files in the main cloud. I have 4 at the moment. And if I want to upload a file, I'll just hit this button. And say I want to upload this OnLive logo. Go ahead and open that. And I'll upload it. And there it is. If we go and check our S3 file, And I was just gonna say, as you can see, OnLive is right there. It's been uploaded to the website. And if you see from our file here, you'll see that one of the files, new files that was uploaded. If we renew this, we will see that OnLive is there now. Okay. Now, what we can do is click that file, and we have the option of downloading it, sharing it with another person. We have to know their username, and we can delete the file from here. But deleting the file from any other page, rather than the trash, just moves it to the trash. So, in fact, we're actually just moving it to the trash folder from here. So, let's say I want to delete the file. I go ahead and pick this, and it says there successfully moved to trash. And if we check the trash, yes, it's there. And now from here, we will see if we have an option to either delete it, and this permanently deletes the file. If you do that, we can also restore the file using this. And let's restore the file for now. And if we check the main cloud, it's back there again, right there. Now let's say we want to permanently delete this thing. We go delete it, move it to trash again, and from the trash, we will go ahead and confirm the deletion, and it's there. Now if we check our database here, it's not there anymore. And if we check our it's not there anymore. So it worked. Now to share files, we can go back up here and go to MyCloud. Here we go. Let's say I want to share, well, let's upload a new file, okay? Let's upload rum. Okay, let's upload that and say I want to share this with admin, okay? I'm going to go ahead and type admin right here and share that file. So if we click the shared with me file, we will find that rum is right here. And if we click the rum file, it says here that you are sharing this file with admin. Now we will log out and log in to verify that this is indeed correct, that admin has this file. Here we go. Now we'll log in as admin. And the file is test. And there you go. So admin doesn't have any files on his cloud because I just created this user. But if we go to share with me, we will find that he has now the rum file, the rum PNG file. So the sharing is indeed correct. From here, you can download the file or delete the file or close out of the modal. Easy as pie. Now let's log back in, and the only remaining feature is the recent. And basically, this just shows the file from newest to oldest. Rum.png was the newest file that we added, so it's first on the list. And that is it. And this ends our presentation. Thank you so much.